I have been trying to do this money. I have been trying to do this money and business reading for like 30 minutes now, but let's get going. So, this is a money and business reading. We're going to look at tarot cards and oracle cards, and we are going to tell you basically what we see for the week. Okay. All right. So the week is governed by the Wheel of Fortune, which tells us that this is going to be a turning point week, that cycles are shifting, circumstances are moving, and situations that have been stagnant begin to change. The clarifying cards are the Emperor, the Star, and the Strength card. Okay. So the Emperor says that something is taking a positive shift towards the better because of leadership and structure. And as a result of this turnaround towards the better, as a result of this turning point, I feel that you as a business owner or a side hustle person, you have renewed hope and opportunity. Like you're like, oh, okay, so this is working out, right? And a lot of your ability to the strength card means you need to be patient and resilient. Like when things don't happen right away, don't get depressed. So I do see that this week is governed by the Wheel of Fortune, which means there's a turning point and cycles are shifting and circumstances are moving and situations that were stagnant begin to change. And it's because of leadership and structure. And that's going to give you hope, and it's going to give open up some opportunity for you too, and it's going to help you be strong. So some type of turning point is going to happen that's going to strengthen the business, and that's going to get it more structured and organized, and you are, as a consequence, going to feel a lot of more hope about the success of this business in the future. And you need to really discipline your emotions. Okay. So it looks like the energy of the week is about regaining control and direction after a period of uncertainty. Okay. Because it looks like the business and money cards that we got are the two cards of justice. I mean, not justice. We have the two cards of job loss, termination with multitasking. Okay. And so the job loss termination with multitasking suggests that some professional environment may have experienced some restructuring or transition. Okay. I don't know. You might have lost your job. You might have had, depending on where you are in business, you might have had to let go of a business client, or something like that. Right. But these shifts, it seems like with the Wheel of Fortune, they create movement in the professional landscape rather than it being a permanent loss. All right. The next oracles we have come from a deck called Manifest Success. These cards were $75, but they are so beautiful, right? I got some more beautiful cards. I got to find them. So, anyway, the manifest success cards are the Eiffel Tower, mixed switch watch with wings. And this is telling us that timing is very important with this watch card. So it looks like there's going to be some type of deadline. Like you're going to have to get this proposal in by Wednesday, or you're going to need to get these papers in by a certain. So I see with the time, with the watch being there, it looks like there is some type of growth that can take wings, that can take off. It'll help you to grow really strong too, but you have to move. You have to move. Okay. So timing is very important this week. And strategic decisions made now can increase your earning power and open doors for growth. All right. Um, Now the timing of this is the morning, so it looks like somebody needs to get going in the morning. Like there's some paperwork you need to sign. There's people you need to call. Something needs to happen, or there will be some type of turning towards the better in the morning. And the morning also represents initiative, moving right now. Again, timing is really important. Interestingly enough, you get the card of practice. And the practice says the more you do what you do, the better you'll get at it. So they're saying, don't worry about it. You're going to get better at what it is you do. You're going to get better with your side hustle. All right. What is the money looking like for the side hustle or for the business this week? We have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it represents practical financial management and business stability. So, for instance, you might, instead of you doing the QuickBooks, you might get a bookkeeper. Instead of being a sole proprietor, you might become an S corp or an LLC or a C corp. Okay, um, it looks like money is coming through practical ways this week, some type of practicality with money, but I do see it coming. It is clarified by justice. Again, you might form you might form some type of legal structure for your company this week. You might get a bit bookkeeper. You might get some contracts. With the justice, that's a very strong possibility of getting contracts to your employee or contracts to your clients, right? But it's mixed with the moon and is clarified by the magician. So it looks like financial decisions are going to be with the moon evaluated. Okay. There's some financial decisions or decisions that need to be made that might require you filing legal paperwork. With the moon, it looks like there's some uncertainty or some incomplete information at first. Like maybe you don't know how to do this contract, or you don't really know how this part of the business is ran. But it says through skill and strategy, someone creates opportunity or solutions. It seems as if whoever you are, you're really good with strategy and with decision making and with learning how to get things clear. All right. So the next card we have that clarifies your financial reading is Skull. We have Skull and Nugget and Buddha. Okay. So the skull represents a temporary rough patch or a tight cash flow. But Nugget says a small but meaningful gain comes to you, right? Or really valuable information. But with the Queen of Pentacles representing money, money is definitely coming in, but it might be like a small amount. But the Buddha is here is saying that purpose and impact is more important than, money. So I really feel like you are doing something that you are destined to do. It looks like you are going to create financial structures in your business that allows it to be, you're going to be making some decisions this week that's going to make this not just something that you can do to get money, but something that will get you money for the next 3 to 5 years. The way you are structuring this, your strategy this week is going to be real smart. All right. Now, at the same time, from the business and money cards, we have entrepreneur and payday. And so that indicates that income is still flowing, but it still requires initiative and effort. So, right. So somebody needs to be putting, that's how businesses work. If you don't create any Pepsi, people ain't going to have nothing to drink. So I do see you being an entrepreneur, and I see payday coming. So that money is coming, but it just requires initiative and effort. So overall, the financial message is careful management during temporary fluctuations, followed by improvement. That's what I see. So I see careful management, right? During temporary fluctuations, followed by improvement. And it looks like with the support card, somebody may come in and help you, or you're going to be getting some type of support that structures your business and allows you to have stronger money management, especially in areas that you don't know. And whoever this emperor is, right? I feel like maybe some type of contract is going to be signed by you and someone, and this is going to give you support. Like this could be something like a back office. Okay. Let's say you have a recruiting agency, right? And you don't do the payroll. You don't do the payroll in something. It looks like it to me, it looks like you might be outsourcing, and whatever you outsource to do, it looks like it's going to bring financial stability and structure in your life. This could be something as simple as a software, right? But it looks like you could be moving into some type of automation too. Okay. I don't know if this is chat boxes on your website, if this is a website, or but I definitely feel you moving into entrepreneurial spirit, and it looks like it brings a payday from you. Okay. Now, the advice is the death card. Interesting. What the hell? The advice is the death card, which represents transformation and letting go of outdated structures. Okay. Letting go of outdated structures, transformation of some kind. And this is clarified by the lovers, the hermit, and the empress. The lovers, the hermit, and the interest and the empress. So they're saying to make decisions that are lined up with your values and purpose. Okay, but it's definitely time for reflection and inner wisdom. And with the empress, I kind of see you being the architect of the business instead of being the one that that trades your time for money. I see you learning how to literally build a business that you don't have to be at in order to run. That's what rich people do. Poor people, they build a business where they have to be at in order for it to run, right? But those of you who are into big money, I see you creating SOPs, which are standard operating procedures. Okay. Like you're going to, that's what I feel. Because see, it says you are doing paperwork that expands. So, and a real businessman is somebody who architects a business so that it's self-sustaining. So some of you are doing that. Otherwise, I see you taking a lot of time for reflection and inner wisdom, right? And then with the Empress, I see you nurturing new ideas that can grow into something really abundant. You might have to learn about it though, right? But it looks like a lot of you are doing something that you are absolutely aligned with. The Wheel of Fortune with the lovers here. Okay. Now, when are these things? Okay. So the success oracles strengthened the advice card, right? And the advice was to completely let go of something that was outdated. I can't imagine what that could be, but it looks like you're going to come across that next week. Maybe somebody with the Hermit card is going to tell you something that you can do that can increase your finances instead of doing it the old way. Like maybe the old way was you wrote the checks and you did the payroll and you did all this. But maybe this time you're going to hire paychecks or something, Like I see a really big company coming to you this week, either as a client or this is a man, right? It depends on where you are. It looks like some type of contract is going to be signed that ends how you used to do business. But it brings some type of expansion after you do some research. And this is set to happen as soon as April. All right. That's what I'm seeing here. Because the emperor comes and just gives you so much hope about your business this week and it strengthens you. But you also need to move strategically and quickly. It's like your movement. So whatever you're doing, it looks whatever contract you're trying to get. I don't know if this is their hot season or if it closes by next Sunday. but you're on a time clock this week. Something needs to move. All right. Now, it looks like we got the justice card with your advice. So the advice is go ahead and let go of something that's not working for you, right? And to do a little bit of research on this new direction that you want to go in. The advice also is the light bulb, the anchor, and the coins. All right. Light bulb, anchor, and the coins. Look at that, is your advice. Okay. So, anchor is talking about recognizing and releasing financial blocks. It looks like some type of very lucrative idea or inspiration is going to come. And whatever this really new, lucrative idea or inspiration that comes is, eventually financial rewards is going to come from this investment. But it also talks about kind of knowing who you are, right? You might be the visionary, like, you know what, this is what we can do. So they say, if you get a new idea like that, go ahead and architect it, right? And then you do no work around it. You have somebody else do it, like from Fiverr or something like that. And don't even tell me you can't afford it, because I have virtual assistants that I pay $5 an hour to. Okay. $5 an hour can give you like, they'll give you 10 hours worth of work. So now it also recommends responsibilities and credit repair for some of you. Okay. So this is talking about financial discipline. You might need an EIN number so that your company can have its own credit, right? So yeah, you might need to do that. And they said do it before April. You need to get an EIN number if you don't already have one, and start building credit for your company, or start dealing with your credit. All right. The life purpose card is spiritual teacher, and that indicates that part of your path may need to get a mentor. Because remember, we saw support earlier. You need support. You need a mentor. You need, or somebody who you can talk to every day about whatever the hell is going on. All right. And also, for some of you, your path might involve sharing knowledge, teaching, mentoring, or guiding others. Make sure you make that information into an asset so you can scale your business. Like, go ahead and create some books or a program, right? But it kind of looks like things really start turning around for a lot of you in April, suggesting that the transformation, right, that is initiated now may begin to take clearer shape next month. But it's asking you to let go of things that no longer serve you. And it looks like having bad credit is not serving somebody. Okay. And and it looks like I see money blocks with credit. So, however, I do feel that as you begin to deal with your credit and you get some support and you let go of things that no longer work for you, it looks like coins come in. All right. Now, the outcome for the week is the high priestess, could represent a Pisces. Okay. And then it appears again like the high priestess, and what clarifies it is another high priestess, the fool, and the tower. Okay. So now remember, the tower is not the answer. The tower could kind of go back to the job loss and termination that you experienced, or some of you experienced. Do I have a time card? Yeah. So I feel like important decisions may be happening behind the scenes that's going to require you to really listen to your intuition. Like, some of you are listening to your intuition, and that's why you started this business in the first place, because the Wheel of Fortune definitely represents destiny. Okay. And there was another card in here that showed that you are kind of like destined to make money here, but this just is the process that you have to go through. So they're telling you with the double high priestess to really rely on your intuition this week. Okay. Really rely on your intuition and inner awareness because everything is not fully revealed right now. Okay. And it looks like the fool and the tower indicates that something may suddenly shift, but it creates the opportunity for a new beginning. And that could have been losing your job, losing a client, losing a contract, but it looks like it creates the opportunity for a new beginning. And the change might feel surprising or disruptive at first, but the 10 of Pentacles fell out. And that suggests, oops, and see, it fell out just like that. And it could represent potential for long term stability and prosperity outside of this just 1 week reading. It's like the cards are saying, don't give up. You onto something. You're onto something. But it looks like the thing that those of you who are coming to this reading, if this is the vibration that you're on, it looks like this is something that will get your hope, like it will get you a home. And but it's something, it's a business that grows over time and that you might even sell for a lot of money. So although this, whatever this thing is, this tower is, it looks like, it's like this billionaire said that every failure just made him stronger. So whatever this failure is or whatever this thing that's going to happen is, it's like you're going to come back twice as better. And you're going to be able to navigate because then people behind you don't know about this and you're going to be able to move into something deeper as a result of it, right? So the success cards, or it's called success manifestation cards, right? So the success cards support this interpretation. You have the award, the moon, and the pendulum. These are the outcomes this week. And so I do see recognition or payoff for effort, right? And I do see guidance or help from unseen forces, or maybe even unclear. Something is unclear. Like you don't know how you might step into some type of partnership and you don't really know how it works, or you don't really know the business people. It's something that's unclear or unknown, right? And the pendulum is temporary fluctuations while strategies are adjusting. All right. But we get the spiritual card of door is open. And that indicates that there's going to be some opportunity that's going to be available, but you have to choose it. Now, as far as timing for this, it might be a little later than you think, right? These developments may unfold over a longer timeline than just this week. Okay, but again, I feel like just looking at the spread as a whole, it looks like there's going to be a week of turning points and transitions. Professional circumstances may shift, and some situations may initially appear unstable or uncertain. And financially, there may be like temporary fluctuations or maybe even tight spots, but a careful management and strategy and initiative with the fool. Where's the fool at? An initiative with the fool, right, is going to help move things forward. Okay. So they really want you to let go of outdated structures. And I feel like we need to do a reading on that. But they're telling you to I wonder what that's talking about. Let go of outdated structures or approaches. Something about an outdated structure or approach opens the way for new ideas and opportunities to grow. And behind the scenes with the double high priestess here, okay, we have a double high priestess. Behind the scenes, developments are unfolding that may not yet be visible, but intuition and inner guidance will be particularly important in navigating these changes. So even if the events feel sudden or disruptive in the moment, the overall trajectory of the spread suggests recognition, opportunity, and long term financial stability emerging from these shifts. So it's like the deeper message is that this period represents the turning of a cycle where change clears the path for growth, purpose, and moving forward. Okay, but let's go back to the first question. And the first question was, what is the overall energy? All right. You guys who are here are awfully quiet. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I just do what God tells me to do, and I don't be tripping off people, child. I don't give them that kind of power. All right. So the overall card for the energy of next week again was the Wheel of Fortune. So let's just take this step by step, okay? So this represents a turning point in the business and financial cycle. So this week carries an energy of sudden shifts, changes in professional circumstances, opportunities appearing quickly, karmic returns from past efforts. That's how you're going into next week. So you could have made some leads not last week that are going to pay off. People, clients could be calling you back this week, or there's some type of opportunity that has come along this week as a result of past marketing efforts that you did in the past or whatever, right? So the Wheel of Fortune often means markets or career situations moving rapidly. Things that were stuck suddenly begin to move again because the will is neutral. So the change can be a little disruptive at first, but it usually moves people towards the next stage of growth. Okay. Now, the clarifying cards, what clarified the Wheel of Fortune was the Emperor, the Star, and the Strength card. All right. And the emperor in the business context always talks about strong decision making, leadership taking control of situations, companies restructuring or reorganizing, building something on solid foundation. So for entrepreneurs or business owners, it could point to strategic partnerships, strategic thinking, stepping into authority. It's like some way, somehow next week, the business gets some type of leadership, some type of restructuring, or you are going to be building something on a solid foundation. And this is going to give you a lot of hope with the star here. Okay. It is going to give you hope, maybe visibility and renewal after difficulty. So I feel that with the star here, you may recover after financial stress. New opportunities could be opening up. I feel with the Wheel of Fortune and the Emperor, optimism is going to return to the market. People feel inspired. You might even feel inspired by your professional direction. Okay. So with the star here, it indicates that things are going to improve after uncertainty for you. And then it's clarified by the Strength card. So this is what the Wheel of Fortune is. It's like some type of leadership. And then you feel a lot of hope as a result of that. And then you get strong. The Strength card emphasizes patience, resilience, and emotional control. So this card is suggesting do whatever makes you feel strong. Like if taking a walk, if going to the gym, if seeing a therapist, if a support group makes you feel strong, do it. Okay. Because emotional stability is going to have a lot to do with your business being successful. Like you got to be emotionally stable and play the long haul game. All right. But this card is saying that something this week is going to help you be emotionally stable. You're going to be handling your challenges diplomatically. You're going to be relying on steady effort too than force. So it's basically suggesting that this Wheel of Fortune is saying those who stay disciplined and composed will benefit the most from the changes that happens this week. You have to be composed. You have to chill. All right. Now, your business and money oracle cards. These are the oracles. This is the business and money deck. Okay, in case you guys want your own. They're about $65. But anyway, the job loss for business and money oracle decks, we have the two cards that indicate job loss. Oh, okay. Thank you. What do you mean? Is it frozen? Why do you ask? Is it pre-recorded? It does not say live. Business and money oracles for the March 15th Sunday to next Sunday is job termination or loss mixed with multitasking. So in a broader economic or business or in a broader economic or business reading, this card often represents layoffs, restructuring, people leaving positions, company making staffing changes. However, in the context of the Wheel of Fortune, right? It reflects that some type of shift in the employment cycle uh, is in your benefit. So there's a shift in the employment cycle. Some roles may have ended, but new opportunities have emerged. Okay. So there is some type of increase for you in the job market or something like that. Now, with the multitasking card, here, it suggests that this is going to be a week of high activity and juggling multiple responsibilities. So you could be managing several deals, clients, or opportunities at once. And you could be handling rapid changes in business demands all at once. But I see with the Wheel of Fortune here, you're going to be adapting very quickly as situations evolve. So I see a very busy and dynamic work week. You're welcome. All right. Now, the card that you got from the Manifest and Success Oracle, this is the Manifest and Success Oracle. Okay. I got these at Etsy if you want to get you some. They were $75 if you like them. These tarot cards are like 25. But so the Manifest and Success Oracle, you have the Eiffel Tower, which represents earning power and building a business, making sound decisions. With the Wheel of Fortune, it looks like are you doing anything with artificial intelligence? It looks like whatever you're building is going to take you to a life of like it's destined. And I don't know. But anyway, this is the card of building something strong and visible, like a landmark, right? I see you making practical, strategic decisions that strengthen business foundations. You are going to be creating some type of long term earning potential. And I see you building systems or collaborating with someone that will help you build systems or structures that support growth because the life purpose card you got is support. So I see that you are going to be you're going to be creating some type of long term earning potential. And you're going to be building systems or structures that support growth. Like, for instance, last week I hired someone to do some work for me, right? And after I hired her to do the work, I told her, now systemize what you just did. Put it in like a Google Doc. Tell me what you did from A to Z so that when I hire the next person, they already have a manual, right? I don't have to take my time to train them, okay? So that's sort of what I'm seeing. You could be building systems like that or some type of structure. So you could be, with the emperor, you could be going through the government, you could be trying to get a grant, I don't know. But I see some type of structure. Um, that's what the emperor is. That supports this growth, this wheel of fortune growth, right? Now, the next card we had was the watch. All right. The watch always means, this is a schedule. You got to move by Friday. You got to do this. You got to do that. All right. Now, with the emperor here, some of you need to hurry up and become an S corporation, a C corporation, or an LLC. All right. I don't know what your tax advisor is suggesting for you, but I don't know. But with the watch card, it means seize the moment. Like, hurry, do something. There's something that's coming. There's something coming. The Wheel of Fortune, something's coming that's going to change business this week, right? And it's time to profit. God, my back is hurting. So, so the watch is reinforcing the Wheel of Fortune's timing energy, and it suggests opportunities appearing at the right moment, but decisions need to be made quickly. And there's going to be some type of window that opens for financial gain, but a lot of it depends on how fast you move. And you know how fast you need to move? In the morning. They're saying, Monday morning or whenever you work, you need to make a move, baby. All right. So timing is going to be with the Wheel of Fortune. Timing is always at an issue. Okay. Now the next card is wings, which means you're going to be rising above money issues. Right. It means business taking off in some type of profit. This is a very positive card for financial uplift and momentum. So it can indicate financial improvement. It could indicate new deals or contracts. With the emperor, business gaining traction after struggle, problems around money may begin to lift with the wings here. And the time that this is going to happen is as early as starting Monday. I see important calls, emails, or decisions happening early Monday morning. Okay, you're gonna be busy Monday morning. A fresh new cycle uh, begins in your professional matter. Okay, it's a new phase starting rather than an ending. Okay, now interestingly enough, your divine purpose oracle is practice. And this card says that mastery is going to come from repetition. Hi, Your Highness Tarot. I'm happy you guys are here for the business reading. Okay. Um, yeah, so it looks like uh, your divine purpose oracle card is practice, and it says mastery comes from repetition. Preparation meets opportunity. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, some of you need to have your paperwork ready to go. I feel like some type of big business may approach some of you. It depends on what you're doing. I don't know who you are, but whoever you are, you ain't playing. I don't know who this is for, but you are not dibbling and dabbling. You got things popping. So I feel like somebody is going to come to you and they're saying that preparation meets opportunity. So you really need to stay consistent, like with your paperwork or whatever, because staying consistent is going to build long term success. So even during these sudden changes, those who keep refining their skills and processes are the ones ready to benefit when the opportunities appear. Okay. So I find it very interesting that they say practice. They're like, continue to refine your skills, find a way to do it better. If you need to get a book on how to do it, those of you who keep refining your skills and processes, okay, you know, um, it's not about building something that you got to work at. It's about building something that can work without you being there. That's process. That's the system, right? So I see for those of you that are refining your skills and processes, you are the one that's going to benefit the most when like these opportunities just out of nowhere hits you. So, as far as the overall energy, I'm about to pick this up so we can focus on the second section. The overall energy for the week of March 15th to the 22nd, and then we're going to start talking about money. But the energy is professional and financial movement. So, it looks like you're going to make some type of real strategic move that's going to create a financial movement, but it looks like you need to work on your foundation, like the paperwork, or whether or not you're an LLC, S Corp or C Corp, okay? But the combination of the cards, it looks like there's going to be some type of shift in employment situations. Maybe you got laid off, maybe you're laying somebody off, but I see either you are going to be employing someone or you might be outsourcing, but somebody is going to be restructuring and making staffing changes. You might say to yourself, okay, I'm going to make the cake, but I'm going to automate how they create the orders. Or I'm going to automate how they create the orders. And so it's like there's some type of some staffing. It could be automation. Listen, if I go to a business and they don't have a sophisticated chat box, I don't even fuck with them. I don't even fuck with them. It's like, why don't you have a chat box on your website? Can I tell you something? I'm gonna get right back to your reading. I just saved myself a whole lot of money because I went to a business that I was getting ready to collaborate with, and there was no chat box on the website. I said, that is odd, right? Who doesn't have a chat box? All you have to do is go to mini chats. It's $40 a month. Who in their right mind has a website that doesn't have a chat box? I might miss my leads without a chat box. So before I signed up and I gave my name and I said, nah, they don't have a chat box. Something's wrong. And I looked up that business, come to find out, child, they had 11 better business uh, bureau filing complaints, child. And guess what? They don't pay people their money. And that did. All right. So that, I mean, you might be doing that this week. You might get a chat box on your website. There's something that you do that's going to change the structure, or there's some type of opportunity that's going to, I'll just leave these here, some type of opportunity that's going to come your way. All right. I hope that made sense. Okay. But so I really feel, as far as the overall energy, there will be an increase in activity and multitasking in your business so that you can set up your system. Usually, year one is to set up the system so that year two, you don't have to be in the business, right? So, a lot of your money in year one just goes to buying automations and systems, and hiring virtual assistants, have them document what they do so you can bring the person in and they do what you do so you can be at the beach. Okay, okay. So you can be at High Spring Break, buddy. All right, so at the same time, the success cards does show positive financial potential emerging from these shifts. All right. So, what may look like disruptions, such as job transition or restructuring, can actually create new opportunities for growth, profit, and stronger business foundations. If you get an insurance company, you most certainly are not going to have to work anymore. Real good move. Real good move. So, yeah, So the key themes this week are timing, strategic leadership. Okay, we got timing. Where did we get that from? The morning. Okay, we got the emperor here, strategic leadership. All right, for some reason, I'm just multitasking, adaptability, and building something strong. Okay, with the tower, the Eiffel Tower, from some type of change. All right. So they're saying stay disciplined, stay prepared, and be ready to act when the right opportunity appears. Because when the wheel of fortune, okay, right, um, uh, the wheel of fortune suggests the timing of events this week could open important doors. Whew, let me get a swag of water, child. Yeah, girl, your idea of the you don't need to get an LLC first though, but me myself, I jump in the pool and learn how to swim later. You don't have to wait. What is he waiting for? It's just $150 to get your LLC. What is he waiting for? I don't want to hear about nobody who's waiting. I don't like that. I'm waiting. What are you waiting for? What is he waiting for? He can, I mean, he can go to the website and get an LLC right now. All right. So the next group that we're going to look into is the next question is uh, financial climate for the week of March 15th and 22. Okay. The financial climate for March 15th to March 22. Financial climate. And the financial climate is the Queen of Pentacles. Isn't that great? But we have to see what is supporting the Queen, okay? Because see, you can pull a card in a reading and you don't get supporting cards, and you can feel like shit when if you would have supported the reading, you would have seen that it wasn't that bad at all. Damn, I can't find that card. All right. But let's move on. Okay, so the core money card for this week is the Queen of Pentacles. She represents practical ways of generating income. Like some of you might have a job, all right, and you might be making money on the side, like it's a side hustle. Okay, so a lot of your money is going to come from your main source of income this week. Right. This also represents practical financial management, stability, and resourcefulness. So she represents this week, you're going to be managing your money very carefully, and you're going to be nurturing a business so that it grows steadily. And you're going to be focusing on long-term business success. So like some of you who want to be millionaires, if you don't want to be a millionaire, that's okay. Please don't get offended for other people that do. For those of you who want to make six figures a year, you're going to be focusing on providing service, providing your service so you get the money back, right? For those of you who want to be millionaires, there's nothing wrong with that. But you are going to be focusing on building a system that pays you down 5-10 years down the line. Okay, people who want to be millionaires just think differently than people who want to make six figures a year. Okay, people who are making millions, they have systems in place. Y'all know this. Okay, so it looks like with the Queen of Pentacles, those of you who are like coaches and or doctors and lawyers, you're going to be thinking about the services that you provide people, because you work for money. But those of you who are trying to build an asset, it looks like this week you're going to be creating your asset. You're going to be getting your systems in order, like your standard operating procedure. Because if you have a manual for every part of your business that needs to run, or and you're outsourcing other part of your business, like with the back office, sooner or later you're not going to have to be at that business for it to run. You're going to have a simple manual. You can put that, it's called SOP. There are templates online, and GitHub, they have some free templates. And all you do is say, this is how you do this part of the job. Let's say you were a cleaning service. You will write down, open up the door to the apartment, turn on the lights, spray the bathtubs and the sink with bleach. So you're writing down a system like that enables you. See, when millionaires start a business, they think about, how can I replicate this 5,000 times over without me having to be there? So, but people who don't want to be millionaires, if you just want to make six figures a year, which is fine, right? Then this week you're going to be thinking about, what can I do in exchange for money, and how can I make that service really good for people? Okay. And in either way, I don't care. But I just see that you're going to be nurturing your business so that it grows, either through systems, manuals, or through clarifying the services that you're offering and making it real good. So I also see you could even be getting like a financial advisor. You could, someone acting as the financial anchor or organizer. So I see you making a lot of practical, it depends. Six figures a year, you are, like I said, getting the service and the package together. $1 million a year, you're getting the systems, the standard operating procedures together. Whatever the case, you're making very practical thinking and grounded decisions, right? And or you're going to talk to someone who's experienced with financing and guiding others. Okay, like you could be in a business group. This could be a lawyer. Well, not, Queen of Pentacles is usually not a lawyer, but okay. Now, the clarifying cards is huh, hmm. The clarifying cards is Justice, the Moon, and the Magician. Okay. Girl, be quiet. All right. So justice brings contracts. This is money, right? Yeah. So I see contracts, I see fairness and financial accountability. So again, so if you have a cleaning business, let's say you clean people's houses, I see people signing stuff, or I see contracts being reviewed. I see agreements being created. I see payments being settled. If you're trying to get unemployment, I see that coming through, payments being settled, or I see some type of legal or formal financial decision. I see maybe you balancing income and expenses. You could even get a bookkeeper, right? You need a professional bookkeeper. Don't do that on your own. They'll overwhelm yourself, right? Share your money so other people will share their money with you. So I see decisions based on logic rather than emotions this week. But it's okay. So the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Justice, the Moon, and the Magician. Hi, everybody. Well, go ahead and do it. All right. Um, so I feel that if you want to know if you're heading in the right direction with your business, you can uh, text me at 470-835-7099, and I will do a reading for you. So for those of you who are in business this week or side hustle, the overall reading is, the overall answer for your money is the Queen of Pentacles, and is clarified by the Justice card, the Moon card, and the Magician. The moon introduces some type of uncertainty or hidden factor or incomplete information. All right. There could be some confusion about numbers, some unclear financial projections, something not fully revealed yet. Maybe even emotional reactions about money, because somebody is about to make some big money, and it's like, what the hell am I doing? I'm about to get $10,000, $20,000 from this gig, and it's like, oh shit. Okay. It looks like some big money is coming in this scaring some people. All right. But it looks like with the moon here, you need to seek clarity before making a decision, especially clarity about some contract that you're going to sign. It may really benefit you to talk to somebody smart and have them overlook something that you're getting ready to sign. The Magician talks about resourcefulness and manifestation. So the energy, so this card is usually talking about having the tools and the skills you need to create opportunities, and then negotiating, pitching these ideas, or initiating deals. That's what's happening this week. That's going to affect your money. I see you turning a situation around through clever strategy. Okay. And it's usually through communication with Mercury coming in with the magician card. All right. So to me, even though things feel uncertain with the moon, someone finds a way to make something work. You gone with your bad self. That's why I use a business owner, baby. Because you find a way to make shit work. I see you finding a way. Oh no. I gotta go, y'all. I forgot all about this responsibility. Damn. All right, let me open it up first. But I gave you the gist of the reading. I got a responsibility that I have to go to. Let me go into the Zoom room. If y'all want to come to the self esteem group that I'm having right now, you can. I don't even want to go, but I have a responsibility to these women. And then somebody reported me. Somebody reported me. Uh, I'm gonna have to go, y'all, because I gotta get ready. Damn, I was really enjoying this reading too. Oh, man. All right, well, I'll go ahead and finish what I can finish, but I've said everything I really need. When is the cancellation? March 21st. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me get into this Zoom meeting in case people start coming, and I can let them into the room because they start coming early. All right. So let's close this. Well, what do you mean you need to take the test? When you going to take the test? Uh-huh. This is for all times. I like this topic too. Um so the so yeah, you're going to find a way to make it work, okay? Now, the manifest oracles for your money for March 15th to March 26th is Nugget, Skull, and Buddha. Okay, I can't find the skull card. It's somewhere around here. But the skull card, as far as money is concerned, is saying that there is some financial pressure right now. Okay, for some of you, there could be a tight cash flow. There it possibly be some type of unexpected expense, or you need to manage your resources very carefully. All right. So I feel that careful management during a brief dip is important. But with the nugget, I see small but meaningful gains. I see modest profits rather than huge ones. And I do see a helpful piece of financial information. I see a realistic evaluation of business finances. Okay. Sometimes the nugget is literally one good opportunity among smaller ones. All right. Now, the business oracle says entrepreneur and payday. So, this reinforces the theme of self directed business activity with the Queen of Pentacles. People, you're going to be learning more about being an entrepreneur. You're going to be building independent income streams, right? And now, really pay attention to what the word independent means. Some people build Poor people and middle class people build businesses, but rich people build systems. They build a way that they don't have to be at that system. So if you're going to be an insurance agent, right? You get your license, you become an insurance agent, and you start training other people to work for you. And you can find people as cheap as $5 on Fiverr. Okay. You got to stop thinking that I work for money and you start thinking money works for me. I get the money to create a system so that this system works for me without me being there. So I do see payday. I do see paydays. Okay. Some of you with the support card, though, you need mentorship and you need collaboration. Are people coming in the room? Sometimes they come here early. All right, let's end this real quickly. Okay. So, you might need a mentor. I see collaboration. I see helpful advice, and I see assistance coming from a network or a community. It suggests that financial growth is just not happening alone. I see, a network of community. So this week is governed by the Wheel of Fortune, Emperor, Star, and Strength. And when we combine everything, it's like major movement in the professional and financial environment. And there might be shifts in employment situations, restructuring, right? But even is this temporary tight spot is not going to last because I see initial financial concerns or pressure, but with the Queen of Pentacles and Justice, I see careful evaluations and decisions and money beginning to come again. So, all right. I wish I didn't have to go, but I do because I see people waiting in the room, and I forgot. Are they here in the room? Let me see. Let me get the paperwork to get going with this group. Hold on. Here is. I really have to go, y'all. I have to get this group going, but let's see. What are you saying? Oh, when are you going to complete the study guide? I mean, you have to have deadlines. Without a deadline, you just talking. If you don't have deadlines, like I'm going to have an LLC done by Friday, you just talking. Okay? And somebody need to let you know. All right? Because let's stop playing with each other and let's get this taken care of. Now, the core advice is the death card. And despite the dramatic name, the death card is about transformations and endings that lead to new beginnings. And this kind of coincides with this job loss or termination, right? They're telling you to release what's outdated, okay? And stepping back and do some reflections. Is where on Mac can you find, I don't know where it is on Mac, like what you downloaded. Where is it? This is, I don't know where it is. I don't know how to get to the page. Is it the Finder? So oh yeah, it is. So this is week 2. This is week 2. Let me bring this up. Y'all know how I am. But it looks like, as far as advice, you have responsibility and credit repair. Okay. It looks like some of you really need to work on credit repair because it's going to help your business in the long run. That's what you're getting advised on. Okay. You're also getting advised to speak with a professional. I don't know about what. I don't know if you just need some type of advice. It cannot open it. What are you talking about? I don't know if you need to get some advice or what, but you might need to get an EIN number as well instead of using your social security card, okay, or your social security number, and have this done by April, is what they're saying. April, you need to be doing something to generate income, to reduce your credit repair. Oh my God, people are coming in the room, you guys. Hold on, hold on. Um, okay, so now I'm gonna go here again, and I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to market. I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna open, view all files. View all files. I know. View all files. View all files. Okay. Oh, Jesus, help me. Oh my God. Open a file. Oh, my files. Mm, open a file. Pictures. Is in download. Open a file. Attachments. Desktop. Desktop. Yeah, I might have to go. I don't know how to open up this file. Finder. Open with open. Damn, I don't know how I opened this last week. I don't know what I did. I gotta go, you guys. I don't know how to open this file. Open, open files from this device. Open files. Oh God, this is gonna start in 10 minutes. The outcome is the high priestess, clarified by the high priestess, the tower, and the empress. Oh my God. Okay, here we are. Week two. Week two. Open. All right. All right, you guys. I definitely am gonna have to go. Your document is being diverted. So I will try and finish this later, but I do have to go. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and God bless.